Hola guys and girls and welcome to ICBA Week 4. We are up versus Jonah, aka Iceolate, aka coach of the Great Lake Greninjas. It is a divisional matchup. He is currently 2-1. We of course 3-0 going into this. He actually is ahead of got ahead of Jakub because of our big win versus him, so sorry for that. Currently he is at the number 2 spot in the division, and depending on how high he wins right here, he could potentially take our spot over as the first spot team. Or can he? Can he actually? I don't know. I have a pretty good differential, but honestly I don't really know what Jonah's differential is, so but I guess with a 6-0 it's probably very likely. But yeah, either way, that's the history of the match. Still a divisional match, so we got all 3 in a row, which is very nice because that means that I like having the important matches first, because that gives me more chances to basically redeem losses with future games, if that makes sense. So yeah, very happy with that, and yeah, that's the history behind the match for the team matchup. If you want to know more about my team more in detail, why I brought this, what are his biggest spreads, what I expect to bring him, what I do not expect him to bring, and why I have these sets and spreads on my team, there's the team builder link in the description where you can check that out for all the explanation on why the team is how it is. And yeah, for all which do not have the time for this, very quick rundown. We got Physical Defensive Rocky Helmet Skarmory, Life Orb Scizor, Special Defensive Gligar, Sub-Split, Special Defensive Mismagius, then just Life Orb Physically Offensive Blaziken, and last but not least, Choice Scarf Diggersby. So, before we go to the whole team matchup, looking at our opponent's team, of course, the usual shoutouts at the beginning of the match. First of all, shoutout actually to Johnny GB, the commissioner, or one of the commissioner of this league, for joining my team. His link will, of course, be in the description. Definitely check him out. He is a coach as well in the ICBA, so you can expect some ICBA matches on his channel as well. And the second shout out for recording this match actually goes to Jonah. Once again, not only our opponent, he did record the match for us as well. So his link will you find 2 times in the descriptions, and you have 2 times the reason to click on that, because not only can you give him a thanks for recording this match, you can actually watch his side of the match, of course, on his channel as well. So definitely check Jonah out. And yeah, these are the shoutouts. Now going into team preview. He brought the Goodra, the Talonflame, the Registeel, Tentacruel, Palossand, and the Pheromosa. Basically everyone expected, barring the Palossand. Palossand was, I honestly, I didn't expect Palossand to come. No idea why it's here. Don't really know what it's about to check. We will probably find out in-game what it's there for. But other than that, the big threats are there. The big 3, Pheromosa, Goodra, and Talonflame. Big, huge threats. And then you got the more defensive core, Registeel and Tentacruel. Tentacruel makes sense because it's like, it resists dual stab of Blaziken, so okay, I need to hit it with coverage. Registeel is very nice for stuff like Maladios and stuff like that, so also expect to bring that as well. But yeah, like I said, Palossand, I don't really know what Palossand does. We will have to see that in-game what Palossand does. But yeah, Pheromosa, I expect him to be just Life Physical Offensive. Talonflame, probably SDZ move, and then Goodra, I expect him to solve this, but it could be anything. Mostly I have to see if it's special or physical or mixed or whatever. But yeah, these are the mons I expect on his side. Looking at this, my Diggersby actually outspeeds everything barring like a Choice Pheromosa, which I'm not expecting, a Choice Talonflame, which I'm not expecting, or a Choice Goodra, which could be a thing, like a Choice Scarf Goodra. But either way, I would leave my Diggersby because I can U-turn on everything basically and just get my matchup going, which I prefer because he brought the main offensive ones he brought are the ones I expected. Of course, have checks for these in my team, so I can U-turn accordingly. And if he leads to something else, I can just Frustration or Earthquake it if it's like Registeel or the Tentacruel or something like that. But either way, I am gonna leave the chat the Diggersby and yeah, see what Jonah decides to lead with and then act accordingly. So the screen is black, and there we got Jonah challenging us, of course, to this fine match right here. White glasses, I see you. He sends us Rewind, which is his Goodra. So I definitely do not want to stay in. I do the calcs from a Choice Scarf Goodra. I can't even take a Draco Meteor, so I'm safely just going for a U-turn right here. And like you see right here, I do outspeed him, which means he's most likely not a Choice Scarf Goodra. It was very unlikely from the start, but yeah, from his damage I can tell he's not very much book invested. He's very offensive with this U-turn damage right here. I go to my Mages, and showing the Ice Beam damage, seeing the Ice Beam damage he does to me, I can tell that he is Choice Specs actually. Choice Specs max special attack, modest Goodra, and yeah, I know he's locked into that, so I feel pretty safe just going for a Whisper here. If he decides to go for another Ice Beam, I can Pain Split up on him, which is very nice, and if he switches into something else, that will get burned. He does go into the Boy, which is the Registeel, and getting a burn on that is pretty nice. I don't really know why he could just go into the Boy, and I'm definitely going to substitute up on that, because if he has Seismic Toss, he can't touch me. I can, of course, status me with a substitute, and he most likely just wants to get up Rocks, and seeing that he switched this in, it's probably especially defensive. Either way, I get a burn on him. He does not show leftovers, so I'm still don't know what his item is. Might be some berry, be it Chople, be it Chople for my, or Chople or the Fire Berry, Occa Berry for my Blaziken, or the Sugar Berry for my Diggersby, whatever. If he goes for the rocks, I just get a sub up, and I'm feeling fancy behind the step. And just feel free to fire off a free Shadow Ball right here, because if he can't touch me, he is switching out, and I do want to Pain Split on a potential Mon, which do not have that much HP yet, so I just fire off a safe Shadow Ball right here, seeing what this Registeel can do to me. In terms of breaking my sub and all this good stuff. He does show the Ice Punch, so he has something to touch me, but because he's not attack invested and he's burned, he actually can break my sub with this Ice Punch, so this Mismagius subs is there to stay. I get more leftovers and more recovery, which is great, and I am free to fire off another Shadow Ball right here on the most likely switch. I don't know if he wants to sack his Registeel right here to 1v1 my Mismagius, because I would still most likely end up behind the sub. He does switch out into his Tentacruel, which is great, getting some damage on that guy. And from the Shadow Ball damage, I can tell that he is max HP, not special talents, it's just max HP, so like I expected. That was a Spit Def Registeel, and this is a physically defensive Tentacruel, so this is the bulky backbone of his team. He does, I feel safe right here, just going for the Will-O-Wisp. In case he has knockoff, then he wouldn't be able to break my sub, but he does show the Surf. So he most likely doesn't have knockoff. I, of course, sadly missed the Will-O-Wisp. From a Shadow Ball damage, I can see that he doesn't have the Black Slush, so probably another Berry or something like that. But either way, he does have the Surf. If you remember my team builder, Scald can guaranteed not break the sub. I do the same calc with Surf, and only the two highest rolls with Surf can break my substitute. So I will go for the sub right here, basically trying to get a bit of luck going, because then I can, if he does break a sub, I can just substitute again and then Pain Split. But he does show the Toxic, so this substitute is actually for free. And yeah, since I'm now convinced that he doesn't have knockoff, because he would have gone for that right there, I do not need to burn this thing. I can just go for a Shadow Ball, get some more damage on him, because residual on him is not as important, seeing that he doesn't have Black Sludge, so just hard damage through the Shadow Ball is nicer. He does go once again for the Surf, and let's see, does he get one of the max rolls, or will he not break my sub? He does hit it, of course, can't miss on the sub, and yeah, it does not break. So, which is very nice. The good thing is Jonah doesn't know that he actually has a chance to break the sub with Surf, so in his mind probably he thinks Surf can never break the sub. I just go for now a Shadow Ball right here, getting some good old damage on this Tentacruel, and he does show the Surf once again to break my substitute. So next turn I have, once again, I can just go for a substitute, and he probably spams Surf. He probably wants to sack his Tentacruel right here, because basically he has to have something to die with my Mismagius, or I will have a sub up with anything. But yeah, actually I decided right here to go for the Shadow Ball, because Surf does less than a sub, and Shadow Ball is a 2 KO from here. I do not expect him to go for Toxic. I've shown Substitute multiple of times. I did sub already on his Toxic, so I just go hard for the Shadow Ball right here. Surf probably gone for the Substitute, but he goes for in the Goodra. I get some more Shadow Ball damage on him, and Mismagius is doing a great job just staying here, subbing, Shadow Balling, Will-O-Wisping, getting a lot of damage on this team. Goodra, the Registeel, and the Tentacruel already at half health. Right here, I do decide to substitute to basically scout what the Scooter wants to do. Since it's confirmed choice specs, I can now see that he goes for the Dragon Pulse, which means I basically now know either he will switch out or go for another Dragon Pulse, so I can play according to that. So right here, I do decide to switch out into my Skarmory, which is not 2-hit KO'd by a modest choice specs Dragon Pulse, but I only get 2 max rolls. If he gets 2 max rolls, he can actually 2-hit KO me after rocks. So that's why I felt safe go into my Skarmory right here. And he does not switch, decide not to switch, he just goes for another Dragon Pulse, which is to be expected. Like, this Mismagius was way too long on the field, he probably wants to get rid of it very quickly. He does go for Dragon Pulse, and he actually does get the highest roll possible. God damn it, if he gets another high roll, he can't kill me. Thankfully, he doesn't know my exact HP investment, he doesn't want to risk it. I do go for Roost right here, because I want this thing still healthy. For the Pheromosa, he does switch out into his Talonflame roll. And yeah, my Skarmory of course is not a good check to the Talonflame, so I do hard switch out into my Gligar, which is built to take on this this Talonflame. because with my investment I can take a +2 Supersonic Sky Strike, so I'm not too worried once he goes for the Sword Stance. He does go actually for the Sword Stance, not going straight for the attack with my Skarmory. Most expect he could have gone for Will-O-Wisp, something like that. He could have gone for Fire Blast, I don't know. But he goes for the Substitute, and now he does go for Sword Stance. Now he shows the Natural Gift, and seeing how fast my HP actually drops right here, that was Natural Gift Ice, so he expected my Gligar to pierce check to the Talonflame. And now it's a bit problematic because this Talonflame is still at full health, and my Gligar is down. He has shown Natural Gift, so my suspicion is he probably has Acrobatics, so I need to force him to take some recoil damage through his Flare Blitz. So Natural Gift, of course, is no recoil. He can't use it anymore. He has SD and then Acrobatics. Acrobatics won't kill my Skarmory, but I have to force him to basically go for a move to get some recoil going with either Acrobatics with Rocky Helmet or his Flare Blitz and stuff like that. But he does have the Fire Blast, and I make a very big misplay going for the Spike right here, because I was expecting my Skarmory to die right here and just getting some kind of recoil going on this Talonflame, because he also has Fire Blast. My Skarmory actually survives, and I do get not any recoil damage right here. And now I make another misplay because I actually switch out right here, because in my mind I was all in. I need this guy to take recoil damage mode. That's why I do switch out my Skarmory right here, go into my Blaziken because I want to force him to go for the Acrobatics. But after you go for the Fabulous, I want to switch back out into my Skarmory to get some Rocky Helmet damage on him, forcing him to Acrobatics me. I noticed my mistake because my Skarmory is way too low. It actually will die to rocks. And that was a huge misplay. Now I just got useless damage on this. I still can't deal with this. I need to sack now something to get a free switch into my Digger Speed to quick attack this, because with a Scarf, of course, my quick attack will out-prioritize his Brave Bird because I'm faster than a non-scarfed Talonflame. I need to sack something, and all the other mons are way too healthy and way too good still in this matchup. So I have to go my chat right here. I have to sack 2 mons basically. I had to sack my Miss Mages. Now I have to sack my Digger Spear as well, going for the quick attack. So all these mons died just because I didn't go for Iron Head, and then I did make a mistake of not looking at the exact HP of my Skarmory, and basically a lot of mons died. If I would have just played it correctly, I could have just gone into my Skarmory, just go for Iron Head. This thing would have had no recoil, and yeah. Now I have to go on my Blaziken, and I will explain everything later why I played so bad, but in my mind right here, it's a 50-50. Does I go for Protect and he goes for Roost, and he's back at full health, cast priority Acrobatics, or do I straight go for the Rock Tomb, kill this thing on his Roost basically, and kill him? Or not kill him yet, but after this I will get a Speed Boost, outspeed him, and he will still have damage from the Rock Tomb, and I can kill him from there. So in my mind, it's a 50-50 right here, and in the end, I decide to go for the more aggressive play, which is Rock Tomb and not protecting. Not thinking about anything, basically. Seeing that he already revealed all his move. He doesn't even have Roost. He revealed all his move. He has Natural Gift, he has Fire Blast, he has Sword Stance, and he has Acrobatics. 4 moves already shown. He couldn't have Roost. And now it's basically GG. Barring I get like a super crit with Ice Shot from my Sneasel, this game is actually over right here. I do get 6-0'd by this Talonflame. And this is my first 6-0 in a real league. I got 6-0 before in draft league like tournaments, but in the real league this is my first 6-0 and it doesn't feel good. And now, while this Talonflame is sweeping me in the background, I can basically not excuse but explain why I played how I played. This game I actually played, I was with friends at my house and I was a bit hungover, so I didn't write things down like I usually do in my league matchups. If I would have done that, I would have known that this Talonflame has Talonflame has already shown 4 moves. So yeah, that's basically the only explanation I have why this game happened as it happened. The important thing though is this is not an excuse. I don't want to excuse myself why I played this bad. I knew that I would be drinking the day before. I knew friends would be sleeping at my place and they would be the next morning. Then I would be playing Jonah. I knew all that and I still decided it's the right time to play the match. So it's still fully on me. That's not an excuse on why this happened. This is all on me. Bad decision making, and that decision making in game, and for battle scheduling, this will most likely not happen again now, seeing how this match went. The only positive I can take from this is of course that Miss Mages worked perfectly, but the rest it was just awful playing on my part. Not seeing that Skarmory dies, just not Iron Heading, trying to play maximum. I want to get the maximum out of the turn, but in that I did not play the safe way, which I should have done there. And then of course not remembering that this Talonflame already showed all moves and just assuming it had Roost, because in my mind every Talonflame should have Roost. So yeah, that's that's on me, and I'm very sorry first of all to you guys for this atrocity of a match. I'm feeling embarrassing I have uploaded this, but we have uploads required, so I am gonna do this on time, of course. Feel free to roast me in the comments, but one big guy I am sorry to as well is, of course, Jonah, because this was definitely not a game. That was definitely... No, I can leave it at that. That was definitely not a game. He was excited for a battle versus me, but yeah, that was basically not me battling right there. That was some kind of weird character of mine, which I allowed to battle. So, yeah, what can I say? Pretty bad match. We check that, we forget that actually happened, and look forward to our next match. What I can say about the result, or what the aftermath of this match is, I'm actually still first in the division. However, that is possible not because I have a better record or stuff like that, just because the alphabet. Because B comes for Greeat Lake Greninjas, so Borussia Donphan is before Greeat Lake Greninjas. We actually tied in record and the differential right now. We are both 3-1 with a +6 differential. So yeah, for some reason I'm still first, even though this this destruction happened. And yeah, that's basically what I want to end the video on. Roast me in the comments. Feel free. Do not, like I said, do not take whatever I said at the beginning as an excuse. Take it as an explanation, and take it as a promise that it won't happen again. This was like, after the game I felt so down, and even now recording this, yeah, I was not looking forward to it. Let's say it like that. But yeah, that's all from me. If you still enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Definitely hit up Jonah and Johnny. Both the links are in the description. And yeah, I will see you another time. Ciao.